Welcome to Travelling Tonka and welcome to my first ever vlog. We are here in Milan, is where I am currently, and this is not my final destination, but this is where I'm picking my car up. So let's go and see what we can get. I'm currently at Milan Malpensa Airport. I've just come in from Stansted and it's lovely today. Just come to collect my car from here and then I'll be on my way. It's a 3-hour drive to get to the destination where we are going to. Are you ready for this beauty of a car, what we have? Stunning. Looking forward to driving that around. Let me just do the checks on it and then we'll be on our way. Right, I'm out the stress-free driving bit now. I'm on the motorway, so bear with me with all this. This is the first time I've ever actually vlogged anything on any of my trips before, so just, you know, if it is a bit sketchy to start with, that's the reason why. I'm now on the motorway, on the way to the destination. I've got about 2.5 hours to go on the journey. I will give you some updates, show you some pictures of the scenery, because we're going through a really beautiful country in a little bit anyway. As you might be able to see very shortly, look, you see some mountains and that in the distance there. We'll be going right up through all of that, so I'm hoping it's going to be a really nice drive to our destination. If you didn't quite understand what was happening when I landed and that, it's probably because I didn't really explain it very well. So I got a flight from Stansted to Milan Malpensa this morning. I've had about 3 hours sleep, so that's probably why I look a bit rough as well. And then I'm going on the reason I didn't get a flight to where I'm going is because there is no airport there, so this was the most convenient one for me and the most affordable, because the flight was only £53, and this beautiful Fiat Panda that I have was only £19 for 2 days, so bargain. And actually it's not as bad as it looks, at least it's not a Panda from the 1980s, so we'll see how we get on anyway. When I get something that you can that I can show you, I'll come back to you. Here's the first ball aches, the tolls, and I've already had a toll that I have to pay online, so I've got to remember to do that as well. So let's find out how much all these cost as well. I'm currently not far from Lake Como at the moment, so that'll give you some idea where I am. Let's get through this toll. The first one successfully negotiate. I can't even speak properly. Look, so this is where we are at the moment. I'll be heading up towards the first border crossing very soon, so you might get an idea of where I'm heading. It's not that great at the moment, at least it's really warm. It was supposed to be raining all day, so actually this is okay. Oh, this looks nice round here. Let's have a look where we are. Oh wow. Look at that drop down over there. Well, we started off in Milan, so you can probably guess where I'm heading as it's getting more mountainous now. It looks beautiful around here as well. Look at that. That might even be Lake Como down there. I can't really show you at the moment because it's quite hard to do this. Yeah, we're in the Lake Como. Shit, that was close. I just hit the bollard. I better stop recording. And with that, I am now in Switzerland. Yeah, we're in Switzerland now. So I've got probably a good stint on here. I'm on here for about an hour now. So heading north. See what the drive's like. I'm hoping this is going to be a really scenic drive, not just a boring motorway one all the way there. There's some absolutely stunning sights through here, but I'm actually in this tunnel at the moment, so not so nice, but this side of Switzerland is amazing. I've got a couple of hours to go till I get to where I am actually going to, and we'll see what happens along the way, but I'll try and get some footage of the stunning lakes and mountains in a minute. Right, I've abandoned trying to record whilst being in the car. It's It's not great. I've nearly hit the bollards already. I've tried to eat in the car. I've had a Pringles and salami sandwich. That's gone everywhere. So well, I'll probably wait until I get to my destination now, because it's just getting messy and difficult. But I will show you the mountains that I'm currently viewing. It's absolutely stunning. Don't know if it comes out quite as clear on there, but this is a lovely drive. Hopefully this will be like this all the way. Just a bit of advice I would like to give when coming up to the tolls. There is one coming from Como towards the border of Switzerland, but it is on the Italian side, and you have to pay that one online. It's an automatic registration notification, so if you don't do it, you will get billed to your car hire company, or if it's your own car, you will be getting a bill through the post to pay. You have 24 hours to pay it after you've crossed that part. All the other tolls that I came across along the way, you could use card in all of them, so you don't need to worry about any of that. Just make sure you go through the right bit to pay with your card. I know I said I wouldn't record anymore whilst driving, but wow, this is unbelievable up here. It's hard for it to come out on the camera, but starting to think I needed a better car. This Fiat Panda is struggling. Welcome to Travelling Tonka, and welcome to my first ever vlog, and I'm here in Vaduz in Liechtenstein. Right, I've just managed to park up, and I've found what everybody loves is a football stadium. It's the Rheinpark Stadion. Can't imagine this is going to be amazing, but we're going to have a look at it anyway. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to actually sneak in there, but we'll give it a go. Let's go and have a look. If you look over there, you just see in it that it's locked everywhere by the looks of it. You can see into it. I think FC Vaduz play here as well, but this is Liechtenstein. They're one of the lowest ranked teams in the whole of Europe. That is a national football stadium. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get any closer than that though. There's someone mowing the lawn in. Let's go and have a look and have a wander around and see what we can find. It is absolutely beautiful. It doesn't look very nice, but it's boiling. That over there, what you can see behind those trees, is pretty much the major part of the capital city, Vaduz. I'll go over there later on, and the castle's up there, but you can't quite see it. But we'll go and find that. We'll have a look and see what we can find up here. That's obviously the back part of the stadium up there, look. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be down here, but we'll have a little walk, see if we can get round the back and have a look. Can't imagine I'm going to get in the trouble. It seems to be the quietest city that I've ever been to. Oh yeah, FC Vaduz, so they play here as well. That will be the actual team. There we go, run up Rheinpark Stadion. Liechtenstein here, they pretty much all speak German. I've parked in this car park here. I have no idea if you have to pay or not. It says on the sign, but I couldn't get a ticket from the machine or anything, so judging by it, it looks like it's probably free. Look, if you look over here behind me, there's the castle up there. Probably can't quite see it, but I'm going to see if we can get up there in a bit. It is beautiful around here, and it is absolutely roasting. It's a lovely walk down here. If you look, we're right on the River Rhine here, along here. I'm going to walk up to this bridge in a minute. There's absolutely nobody around though. There's a bridge here, this old wooden bridge that you can see just up ahead. The other side of it, the other side of that river is Switzerland. This side is Liechtenstein. And we can cross over the Friendship Bridge, which is just there. Probably wondering why I've come to Liechtenstein. I've travelled to over 50 countries now, and I've realised that I've never actually recorded any of it, hardly ever take pictures or anything, so I just want some memories from the trips, and I've covered most of Europe already. So these are the last few little countries that you'll see on this particular trip. This is the first of them. This is actually the 6th smallest country in the world. Population of about 40,000 people, so it's tiny. I've got these few to tick off, so this is why I'm here doing this today. So bear with me, this is the first vlog. Hopefully we'll get better at it. But look at that. Absolutely lovely and peaceful. Mountains everywhere. I'm going to have a walk over the bridge because the other side is going to pop into Switzerland, even though I've already driven through there today. Doesn't look like much, this bridge here, does it? But let's go and check it out and see what it's about. I'm going to cross right over anyway. That water down there is absolutely lovely. Looks so clean. That side over there, that's all Switzerland on the other side of the Rhine. And then this side is Liechtenstein. Look at the beautiful mountains up there. Probably get a glimpse of the castle again in a minute. Gonna have a walk up there and find, oh look, the sun's coming out now. There we go, there's the castle up the top there. We'll go up there and get a better view of that later on. Seems to be quite a few tourists here actually for a small country, and not one many people probably know about. The royal family live in that castle up the top there. You can't actually go in it. We can only get round it, but you can't actually go inside it. I did hear the only time Liechtensteiners can go in it is on their 18th birthday, and they get an invite to go and have a party there. But other than that, it's very difficult to get access to. We've got some hikers down the bottom here. Let's see if we've got this bridge all to ourselves, because it doesn't look like there's anybody about at all. So let's go and see. Have a look at it. Oh, we have got it all to ourselves. Look at this. So cool. Oh, it's nice and cool in here as well. There is a sign somewhere down the middle where we cross over the boundaries into Switzerland, so we'll go and find that along the way. I don't know where it is. This is one of the main tourist attractions in Liechtenstein. I mean, there's nothing fascinating about it, but it is cool that you can just literally walk across the other side straight into Switzerland. I think we're just coming up to the border now. You don't need passports. You don't need passports to get in any of these. Let's have a look down here. Here we are. And here's the sign, look. The halfway house. And also Vaduz one side and Travelling, I believe. I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to walk over there and go in Switzerland for a little bit. Literally is no one to be seen anywhere. Let's go and have a little look. We're in Switzerland now. So let's go and have a look what's on this side and see what we can see. I'm not going to go into it. I've been in there before and I haven't got that much time today, so this is all about Liechtenstein today. Let's just have a look what it's like on the other side of the bridge. Look at that, pretty cool. And there we are. We're in Switzerland. How cool is that? And now you can see the castle right up the top there. I think if you just look, that's one of the main tourist attraction here really. I mean, it is pretty, but that's pretty much it. You can see the stadium over there now. The water's lovely and clear though. I don't actually know how far it is into the nearest town there, so I'm not going to venture too far. But what you can see across the other side of the Rhine, that is mainly Vaduz, all down in the valley there. That is pretty much the capital city of Liechtenstein. Let's go and have a walk into the town and see, and then I'll come back and get the car and I'll head up to the castle and see what views we can get up there. So I've already today so far, we've already been in Italy, Switzerland, now we're in Liechtenstein. And it's Wednesday, as the football stadium's over there, I've got to find somewhere to, it's the Europa League final tonight, I've got to find somewhere to go and watch that. So that's going to be interesting because I'm on to my next destination for tomorrow and I've got another long drive today. Let's go and have a little walk down into the city and see what's actually in the centre before I actually make my way up to the castle and up into all that lot up there. Let's see. It doesn't seem that much here apart from beautiful houses and beautiful trees, so it could be a short stay here. There's the Vaduz sign on the post there. Let's have a look. I've got to head back into Italy. I've got to get back to Italy at some point this evening, because that's where my hotel is for the trip for the next destination, which is tomorrow, which I will tell you when we get closer to it. And I've also got to go via Austria as well tonight, so that's 4 countries in one day. That's not bad going, but we'll see how that pans out. But I've got to find somewhere to watch this final, and I have earmarked a sports bar in Austria, but I've got to time it all right, because it's about 2 hours from here and then another 2 hours to my hotel, so we'll see what happens with that. Because if I leave here early, I might be able to get somewhere closer. The one thing I have noticed about going through Switzerland and through here, it's so clean, so tidy. Look at it, it's just beautiful everywhere you look. I don't think I've ever been to a capital city where there's this few people about, so it's very strange. I drove through the town on the way, or the city on the way in, and it was still quiet through there as well, so it's very strange. I don't think there's many places like this, although the place I'm going tomorrow could be very similar, but we'll see on that one, and I'll keep you updated on that. Does anyone else know the country code for Liechtenstein? Because I didn't until I came here. I keep seeing it on the cars. I'll show you on the back of this one. If you look on the back of this one, this is their number plates. They don't stand out very much, but look, there you go. There's the flag, the monarchy flag, and the FL. I'm not entirely sure what the F stands for. I'm pretty sure the L stands for Liechtenstein. It'd be quite hard to get many interactions because there's not many people around, to be honest. So that's going to be quite difficult. And I only have limited German as well, so we'll see how that goes. I think the centre's this way, but we'll find out. I have no idea. Looking on the maps, that's what it looks like, so we'll just have a little wander on the street, on the ghosty street.
Just as we're walking down the street here, on the right hand side you'll see that is St Florin's Cathedral. It's another one of the famous landmarks around the centre of Vaduz.
Well, this has got to be the main centre here, I reckon, so we'll have a look how bright it is. Let's have a little walk down there.
I found out afterwards that this is the main government building.
This is a Wednesday afternoon as well, so you'd expect to see a few more people about in the city centre, but this is it. I think this is the main street. Pretty. Let's have a little look a bit further down and see what we can find down here. There's a lot of tourists in this section actually, so I'm guessing I'm in the right area. We'll find out. Among all the local people, the Liechtensteiners, a lot of Germans come to work here, and a lot of Austrians, a lot of Swiss people come to work here as well. Everywhere you look, you get these stunning views though. Look at that up there. You can see the snow right on the top and the cloud level right below it. Unbelievable. I'm going to go up there. You can probably see that a bit better now. Look, we're right up in it here. So let's go and have a look at the rest of the town and then see what else is about.
As we're walking down here, this is the main information centre there, just with the brown cladding across the top of the building. You can go in there and get a stamp for your passport, but I have been told that it can invalidate your passport. I'm not sure how true that is, but that is what a lot of people seem to believe. When walking down here through the street, there's a few cafes, restaurants and a couple of bars, but that is mainly all I can really see as I was coming through here. There doesn't seem too many shops to go and buy clothes. There was a couple, but there didn't seem to be anything else really. One thing you will notice as you're walking around, again, like I mentioned before, how clean it is everywhere around here. It really is. And you can see these little squares in the floor. There are all postage stamps in the floor. They are pretty cool. I think there is a stamp museum somewhere, but I couldn't find it, and I couldn't find any information on it either. Just on my left up here, just behind these buildings, there is something called the Kunstmuseum. It's all modern art and stuff in there, but apparently it's really popular. It's just not something that I'm really that interested in, but obviously that will be for many others. I just continued to walk through the main high street, and as you can see, it wasn't very busy. I don't know if it ever gets any busier than that, but I really don't know. I'm just heading out now, and this was sort of like the back end of it. So again, a few shops, a couple of hotels, and I really didn't know where else to go. I was just sort of having a little adventure around and see what was what, but that did really seem to be all there was on that stretch.
So I pretty much walked all the way through the city centre there. There isn't much else to it really. I'm not going to museums or anything like that, so that's not happening. So we'll just have a wander up here and I'll walk back round, and then we'll have a drive up. There's obviously way more to this place than the actual city centre, because there wasn't much there, but I've got a feeling all of the sites are going to be up there through the mountains and everything, because it looks beautiful there. But as for the city, it's just like a small English town, but that looks lovely. Albeit it looks like it's going to chuck it down in a little bit, so let's see how that works. I'm just walking around all these houses and estates. There just seems to be people working everywhere as opposed to anybody else about. I mean, they are lovely places. Look at those houses right up there. I think I'm going the right way, I'm not sure. I'm going to try and head back to the stadium somehow, so we'll see if this takes us there. Let's go and see. Right out into it here. Any fishes? Doesn't look like it. Look at these houses. So peaceful. I've always had a fascination with these smaller, unvisited countries, or lesser visited, should we say. I mean, I've only really got Andorra and Monaco left in Europe to do, so this is why I'm here, trying to tick this one off. This is more of a quiet holiday destination rather than a city centre and country though, but nonetheless it's still lovely.
As well as Vaduz, there is two other towns, I don't think they're cities, in Liechtenstein. One is called Malbon and one is called Balzers. There is other stuff to go and experience there, but I just did not have the time to, one, drive all the way up there and drive back and carry on to my destination, or navigate my way around that area. And the same for Malbon, because that was a bit further over the other side of the mountain. So, you know, there is other places in Liechtenstein that you can go and visit while you're here. I don't think I've ever been anywhere that is this peaceful and this quiet. I just did not come across anybody out here.
Well, at least I managed to find the car park there is to go. I don't know how close we can get to this castle, but there's a little car park up there. I'll go and have a look down here at the castle and see what we've got, and then I think that's pretty much it for this part of Liechtenstein. I'll see when I drive through what we've got the other side, but yeah, let's go and have a look. And I imagine the views from up here are pretty stunning. Though we don't have this building going on there, so that's killed the piece a little bit, but let's go and have a look. It's a bit of a walk down there. I mean, I don't even know how close we can get to it. It's all guarded off. It's quite a secretive country actually, in a way, with the royal family and everything. Noise up here. That is the castle, and that is where the royal family live, right there. And this is the view right across Liechtenstein. That is lovely. Look at that. Wow. Ignore the noise behind me. Everywhere else I've been, there's not been a single soul, but now look. That is pretty special across there. And there's the castle. I think that's about as close as we can get to the actual castle bit of it. I don't think we can get anywhere near it. I don't think we can go in the gates or anything down there. Look at that view across there. The front of their house, out the front of that, looking down into that valley, must be absolutely amazing.
I'm not quite sure what was happening at this point. I thought it might be just a good idea to try and get a picture of myself with this beautiful background, and as you can tell, I do not do this very often, but the view nonetheless is great.
Yeah, I don't think we can get to any other side of it because that says private down there. I'm not willing to start going around the gardens of the building and getting arrested here in Liechtenstein. Probably get down to the gates down there, but you can't go any further. Back on the road again. I'm going to be leaving Liechtenstein now, I think, and heading on to my hotel, which is a long way away from here. Oh, watch out, watch out. But I'm going to shortly be going into the third country of the day. No, fourth country of the day. We're going to be going via Austria. We're now into Austria, and I'm on the search for a sports bar within the next couple of hours to look for the game. So it's going to be interesting because currently I am here. So we're in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the Alps, in the mountains. So it's going to be hard to find anything.
At this point, I got a little bit worried as I realised that I was coming up to the border to get back into Italy, and I saw the guards just as I was walking through and had my camera out recording, so I quickly put it down. That's what happened here, but turns out it's all alright, and you can hear the very quick interaction going over the border and then me speeding off quite quickly.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure if you'd be able to tell what was happening there, but there was a guy just literally off his motorbike having a good old wee right into the lake.
Well, we just had to stop off here on the way because this lake is amazing. This is the hotel room that I'm staying at the moment. It's very nice for what it is. It was a single room. I've now got a double bed, so that's much better. I've abandoned the idea of trying to watch the football in the pub. I'm so tired after being up all day, so we've ended up here. So this was, I think, £50 a night in a nice area. So all good, all clean. I'm ready for that, and I'm down to be watching the football here.
I just wanted to say a massive thank you to those of you that have joined me on this first vlog. I know they're going to need a lot of work, and visually, explanation wise, talking to the camera will all improve hopefully as we do more and more of these. So hopefully you'll be there to follow the progress. I'm looking forward to taking you all on this journey with me and to all the different countries that we'll get to visit. So I will see you next time.